Type it in the box, please. Can you hear me? Yes, okay, cool, good. So I had headphones on. That's weird that you couldn't hear me before because I've used those headphones on live calls before. Okay, thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Thomas. You guys can hear me. Cool. Well, then you didn't hear what I said in the beginning. Today I'm going to be talking about 3 secrets to strong and steady feet on the trail. And I'm really excited to be live here with you guys. This is something I'm going to start doing more. So at the beginning of last year, I did a program called Wanderlust Entrepreneur to help me grow my retreat business. And then after that, I started working with a private coach, or with not a private coach, but with a coach to help me grow my business and to share my message in a bigger way. And it's really, it's been a challenge to grow myself. And this is part of that, getting on here live and sharing with you guys. So today I'm going to be sharing about 3 secrets to strong and steady feet on the trail. We're going to be talking specifically about the feet and some things that you can do to help your feet feel better so that you can feel amazing when you're out there running, either on the road or on the trail, whatever it is. So these tips have helped me, and I feel so awesome when I run now. I mean, not all the time, it's not perfect, but I want to share these tips with you guys. So can you just type in the comment box where you're tuning in from? It'd be awesome to see where you guys live. And maybe we'll get some more people joining us here. So just type in the box where you are. You don't have to type like your address. Just, I mean, you can if you want me to send you something special, but no, I'm just kidding. Just type like what state you're in. Nobody's sharing yet. That's okay. You don't have to. Cincinnati. Thank you. Ted, perfect. Well, I'm in Cincinnati too. So maybe we should meet up sometime. All right. Well, so 3 secrets to strong and steady feet on the trail. I wrote this blog for Next Opportunity Events, which is a race production company. And they are based in Lexington, Kentucky, and they have Indy. Okay, cool. So Next Opportunity Events is based in Lexington, and they have many trail races. And I did one of their races last November. It was called the Rough Trail 50K, and their tagline for that is beautifully brutal. So it's a 50K, and it was pretty tough. It was, the elevation gain was the biggest I've ever done, and I felt pretty good pretty much the whole time, minus the last like 2 miles maybe, but it wasn't my feet, it was more my IT band. But I worked through it, and I was fine in the end, and felt fine the next day after some stretching. And so, all right, so I wrote this blog for them and to send out to their email list. And one of the reasons that I did this, or one of the reasons I'm so excited about helping people with their feet, is because it all starts in our feet, in our foundation. So it can like make or break our experience while we're out running. And if we can create this solid foundation, then the rest of our body has a better chance of feeling good during the race, while you're out running. So, all right, I'm just gonna go ahead and start and get into the 3 secrets. So like I said, the feet are your foundation for every step you take when you run. And so I'm curious why runners don't spend more time taking care of their feet. So maybe you can type in the box whether or not you spend time taking care of your feet every day, or once a week or something. You know, what do you do that? Do you do any kind of foot care? So for those of you just joining, hi Mariana, where are you tuning in from? I know where you're tuning in from, but you can share. I think I know where you're tuning in from, unless you're traveling somewhere. So for those of you just tuning in, I'm going to be sharing the 3 secrets to strong and steady feet on the trail. And I've already started talking about how the feet are the foundation of our body, and it's so important to have a strong foundation so that the rest of the body can feel good. So your knees can feel good, your hips, your back, it all starts in the feet. The feet absorb the force of the entire body, and they propel us forward and can determine whether or not we have a great race experience or a miserable one. I know, because I used to have miserable races because my feet hurt so badly. Hopefully that music isn't too loud in the background. If it is, let me know and I can turn it down. So I'm curious why runners don't spend more time taking care of their feet. We spend a lot of time stretching other parts of the body, and I'm curious why we're ignoring our precious feet. So many injuries can start in the feet, and so that's why it's really crucial to start spending some time doing foot stretches, strengthening, and working on your posture. So Cindy says, I do now. I'm icing, stretching, and doing yoga, and I'm currently wearing a night splint on one foot. Yeah, the night splint is awesome. That is definitely key to speeding up the process of, if you have plantar fasciitis, of taking care of that. Definitely not just the solution, but the night splint's great. I used to do that. I wore the sock, S-O-C, I think it was, I forget, the Strasbourg sock. Cindy, what do you wear? Mariana, thank you, love you. Hugs and kisses. And Ted says 3 to 4 times a week to at least foot stretches. Perfect. Okay, so foot stretches are great to do. So one of the reasons I'm so passionate about this is because I struggle with plantar fasciitis, like I said earlier, and I used to limp along, and I would have it in one foot or the other foot, and it was like so irritating. I would just run with it, and then after races, I would like barely be able to walk for like a week. And so I don't have it anymore. It really doesn't even flare up for me. And I don't wear the night splint anymore. I can run marathons and ultra marathons. You can get out there and not, my plantar fasciitis just doesn't bother me anymore. It's awesome. And I remember that heel pain I had, it was so crunchy in your heel, and I would dig my heel into like those massage balls, and that wasn't the solution. So I just bought an ACE splint to start with to see if it helps. I'm not sure what the ACE splint is, but I'll look it up later. So there are a few things that you can start doing now that will make a big difference quickly. And really it comes down to like just being aware of your feet, like looking at your feet, touching your feet, massaging your feet. That's not one of the 3 secrets, but just like starting to love on your feet. This is perfect because Valentine's Day is next week. And so maybe this is what you do next week to celebrate Valentine's Day. Okay, so secret number 1. Before I start, these are the 3 secrets that will support you in putting your best foot forward. No pun intended. So if you haven't read the blog yet, that's one of the sentences in there. Okay, secret number 1, improve your posture. So there are 4 corners on the bottoms of our feet. And you want to be standing on all 4 corners of the feet, all right? Just like a car has 4 tires and balances on those 4 tires, you want to balance the weight of your body on all 4 corners of the feet. And you can practice doing that by standing in mountain pose, okay? So like I said, there's 4 corners of the feet. This is secret number 1, improving your posture, being mindful about standing on all 4 corners of the feet. So here we go. Here's my foot. Oh, hold on, let me scoot back. 4 corners of the feet. So the ball of the big toe, the ball of the baby toe, the inner heel, and the outer heel. My feet look dirty, but they're not. Okay, so you want to balance on all 4 corners of the feet and practice doing that. That's secret number 1. And practice it all day long. You need to be conscious and mindful of it all day long. And then once you practice it, and it'll just become second nature. You won't have to focus on it as much. So one way to practice doing that is to just stand on your feet, stand like in a regular position, lift all 10 of your toes up off the ground, spread your toes wide, and then you lower them down. And when you do that, you can notice what it feels like to stand on all 4 corners of your feet. If you want to try it now, you can. If you want to take your shoes off, you can do it in your shoes too. All right, so that's secret number 1 of the 3 secrets to strong and steady feet on the trail. Improve your posture. One of my clients, when I taught him how to do this, explained, Heather, I've been standing wrong my whole life. So it really is easy. And there are some other tips and tools that can help you with your posture beyond just standing on all 4 corners of the feet. But that's one piece. That's just one piece to this. Secret number 2, strengthen your arches. So as we were born, the arches start to strengthen, and then as we age, the arches can fall if we are not strengthening the arches. I was barefoot all the time growing up, so I never really had issues with my arches falling totally, but they definitely got weak, and then I learned to strengthen them. So you can strengthen your arches. You can relift your arches. So that's the good news. So how do you do that? How do you strengthen the arches? So there's 3 arches, one that runs along the outside of the foot, one that runs along the inside of the foot, and then there's one that runs along the top of the foot. There's different ways to strengthen the arches. One way is to stand up and lift up onto your toes, lift up onto the balls of your feet. So you just lift your heels up off the ground, and then you lower your heels back down to the ground. And you do that 10 times. And when you lift up, you want to be sure that you're not rolling to the outsides of your feet or rolling too much to the insides of the feet. You want to lift up evenly up onto the balls of the feet. Okay, so that's the second secret, strengthening your arches. So the first secret, improve your posture. The second secret, strengthen your arches. Okay, and you can lift and lower 10 times, and then do that every day. We just had somebody new join. Tell us where you're from. Tell us what your foot issues are in the comment box. We've got somebody from Cincinnati, Indy. Mariana, you're in Florida. Where else are you guys tuning in from? Let's see. All right, so I'm talking about 3 secrets to strong and steady feet on the trail. I've gone through secret 1 and 2. 1 is improve your posture, stand on all 4 corners of your feet. Secret number 2, lift your arches. You can strengthen your arches, even if they've fallen. And I wrote this blog for Next Opportunity Events, which is an event, a trail race event production company. So really excited to share this information because I used to have plantar fasciitis. My feet used to hurt very badly for years. And then I managed to get rid of it. So That's why I'm sharing this information, because I want you to feel awesome too. I want you to be able to get out there and run marathons and ultra marathons and half marathons, whatever your goal is, doesn't matter. Just maybe even just to be able to take a walk for 3 miles without feeling that pain in your feet. So secret number 3, stretch your feet. Stretch your feet. This is a big one. This is one of the first things I started doing. The first time I did this foot stretch, I wanted to cry. And one of my teachers had us do it at the beginning of one class for 10 minutes. I was like, holy crap, this is insane. But game changer, total game changer, stretch your feet. There are lots of different foot stretches you should be doing weekly, but this one is my favorite, and it's really accessible. Anyone can do it. And I can describe it to you without even showing it to you. So you want to come onto your hands and knees. You bring your knees and your feet together. You curl your toes under, and then you sit back on your heels. So your toes are curled under like this, and you sit back on your heels. And sitting all the way back on your heels might feel too intense. So you can actually use blocks, yoga blocks, or books, or I don't know, firewood. I just looked over there and I saw some firewood. If you want to light out, use that. You can use whatever you have to lift up onto your hands. I call that using your training wheels if you don't want to sit all the way back on your heels. So you just sit back, you breathe deeply, try to hold that for a minute, and then eventually, once your feet open up and stretch, you can sit all the way back on your heels. And then you drop your chin to your chest and you round through your back. So that's just one of the many, many foot stretches that you can do on a regular basis. So 3 secrets to strong and steady feet on the trail, because I want you to feel awesome out there. Improve your posture. So be mindful, pay attention to how you're standing in your feet. So we're not just standing around like, with our hand on our hip in the grocery store, like, yeah, whatever, like all lopsided. Okay, no, we're like standing into both feet, feeling all 4 corners of the feet. Even when you're, like I said, standing in line at the grocery store, when you're standing talking to a friend, okay, this is always happening. And then the second secret is strengthen your arches. So lifting those arches back up, strengthening your arches so that the energy is lifting up and gravity is not bringing everything down, okay? And then the third secret is to stretch your feet. And I gave you one really good foot stretch to do that. So I hope this was helpful for you today. You can post any questions that you might have in the comments below. Even if you're watching this later, I'll come back and check it later and see if there's any other questions or comments. It was really awesome being here with you guys today, and I'm going to put a link to one of my free gifts, one yoga pose that helped me find relief from plantar fasciitis. So I'll stick a link to that in the comments below so you can grab that free gift if you have plantar fasciitis. And don't wait to start acting on these 3 secrets. And there's a lot more that you can do. There's a lot more to learn about your feet. So much more you can learn to make your feet feel better. So, but I hope that this is a good start for you. And thank you, Ted. I'm glad it was helpful for you, and everybody else out there too. So have a great day. And I already ran today, so I might take a walk later. We'll see. But I hope you guys have a great day and get out there, run, and you can take the secret number 1, posture, out into your running. So once you learn how to stand on all 4 corners of your feet, then when you go out and you run, same thing. Paying attention to how you're planting your feet on the ground, just being more mindful and conscious of it. All right, have a fabulous day. Namaste.